Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a sort of day in the life as I prep and ship some Etsy orders, as well as get ready for a craft fair that I'm doing this weekend. But before we jump into the video, make sure to give this a big thumbs up if you enjoy, and stay subscribed to my channel and ring the bell so that you get notified every time I post a video. And let's jump in. Alright, so as I said, today is sort of a day in the life. I'm going to take you along with me while I prep and ship some Etsy things, and that involves running a couple of errands. So to start off with, I have to pack an order that is ready to go to be shipped. So I'll show you that, and then I'm gonna have to go to Staples to print my shipping labels because I don't have I have a printer here at the apartment, but it doesn't have ink. So we're also gonna look for ink for it while we're there. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And then I have later on today, I have another order that I have another order that I actually have to make today before I can ship it. So I'm gonna ship it tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and print the label today just so I don't have to make two trips. But first I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna pack up. So this one is an Etsy order, but it's actually from my aunt. She wanted one of my jar lid pumpkins, and I just told her to order it on Etsy because it's easier because it calculates the shipping for me and stuff. So how this happened actually was I had a jar lid pumpkin that I had made to sell at a craft fair, and I'd made it with a mixture of orange glitter ribbon and black ribbon with jack-o'-lanterns on it. And I just made that one with ribbon I got on sale at Michael's just to sell at a craft fair. And then the craft fair got rained out. We showed up and set up and everything, and then it got rained out. So they moved it to the next Saturday, which was this past Saturday. I'm filming this on a Monday, and it was this past Saturday. But in the meantime, I posted a picture of the pumpkin on my Facebook, and I was like, hey, this didn't sell today because the market got rained out, just to see if anybody would like it. And it did sell. I haven't officially given it to the new owner yet. She's a friend from my church. I just haven't had a chance to see her because she's been out of town. So that one did sell. But also my aunt saw it and she was like, hey, I want one just minus the jack-o'-lanterns. So she wanted the glitter ribbon and either gold ribbon or just leaving the jar lids plain. So here is the one that I made for her. So I did end up leaving the jar lids plain, and I love how it came out. So I have just the gold and then the orange glitter, and I just love how this came out. So I'm just gonna put the finishing touches on this. It needs a little more hot glue right in here just to keep the pumpkin stem in place, and then I'm going to pack that up. So I will check back in with you once that is officially ready to be packed. All right, so here we go. It's all ready to be packaged. So get rid of that string of hot glue right there. There we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I've got this envelope. I don't have any boxes that fit. I'll pull this up, it's got my address on it. I don't have any boxes right now that fit because I used them all. So I'm just gonna I've used an envelope before as long as I package it really well. So I'm gonna put the pumpkin in this bag and kind of just wrap it up in there. So I do it like this, and then kind of just, something like this to protect it. And then I'm going to use this tape. This is not the best tape. I had a little thing of packing tape from the dollar store, or Dollar Tree rather, and it ran out. It was like a little dispenser thing with the little teeth to cut it, and it was really great, but it ran out. I thought these were refills for it, and then I got home and I realized they weren't wide enough and don't fit. So I'm probably not buying these again once I use them up, because they're just not the best for what I need them for, but we are gonna make it work. So I'm just gonna like wrap this up with some tape here. Trim it, stick it down, and then I'm just going to do a little bit on, you know, going the opposite way. Just for some added security. That should be good. And then I'll probably just trim this little like, flap thing. There we go. Okay. So there's that, and then I'm just going to put it in this envelope. I'm gonna see if I have a slightly smaller envelope, because this one is a little too big. All right, so the other two envelopes I have, one of them is the same size as this, and the other one's too small. So we're just gonna go with this. So I'm just gonna put the pumpkin in here. And then I'm just gonna like fold that over and tape it. So yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. So I'll get back to you once I finish. All right guys, so update. The tape really sucks and does not want to stick to this at all. It has stuck better to other things like the more plasticky Amazon bubble envelopes, but not this. So I'm gonna have to buy more packing tape, which anyway I was going to anyway, because this is not the best stuff. I don't know if you hear that in the background, but Mud Pie is getting her daily flapping exercises in. So I hot glued the package shut, which worked, and then I was trying to like fold it over, and then it just like didn't want to stay properly with the hot glue. It kept coming up. So I'm gonna bring this, obviously, because I'm gonna take it to get mailed today, but I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna get packing tape. I'm gonna finish packing the package, and then I'm gonna use the tape to put the label on, because I knew I was gonna have to get some new tape just to put the label on anyway, because there's no way the label is gonna stick with the tape that I have there. So that's your update, that's your tea. Yeah, so I will update you later when we're at Staples and once I get this thing figured out. So there you go, that's your tea, that's your update for now. All right guys, I'm back. So little update. We're just getting out of my apartment complex and we were getting ready to turn, and there was like somebody right there backing out of their parking spot. So sorry for that pause, but I think the last thing you heard me say was that I tried to glue the package shut with hot glue, but it wasn't wanting to work. So we're gonna get packing tape at the Staples. We are, I think, not gonna get ink for the printer after all, because we looked on Amazon and it's cheaper. So I'm gonna get packing tape, and then I'm gonna print the label, and then I'm gonna like pack it up. So once it's officially packed up, I will show it to you, and then drop it at the post office. And then later today, I don't know if I said this. I said I was prepping for a craft fair this weekend, but I don't think I said exactly what that involved. So basically the lady that's heading it up, it's a craft bazaar. I have to go to the place where the bazaar is being held to meet up with her today. It's in like a gated community. So I have to go in there to one of the office and meet up with her to actually pay for it, to pay for the booth. So it's a $12 fee, which is really not that bad. A lot of places charge way more. I paid for a craft market thing once that ended up getting canceled due to COVID, but I paid a $75 booth fee. And I don't know if I would have made anything or how well I would have done, but they canceled it due to COVID and they haven't had it again. It was for Christmas. So some booth fees are higher, but $12, I'm like, I need to do all the cheap ones that I can so that I can keep most of the profit, in case I do like a more craft fair with a higher booth fee and then maybe don't make as much. I'll feel better about it if I made more at a craft market with a cheaper booth fee, if that makes sense. So that's what I meant earlier when I said I had to prep for that. I might also make some crafts today, other than the ones I'm selling on Etsy that I'm shipping tomorrow. But yeah, that's your update. So we are on the way to Staples, and I will check in a bit. Alright, here we go. It was not with tape and fasteners. That was like little Scotch tape. This is what I need. Just something like this. It's cheap. That's probably what I'm gonna go with. And yeah, they've got plenty of options for all of your shipping needs. And this is probably the kind of thing that will come with refills. There's probably one of those over here. There's probably refills for that, which is exactly what I need, because there's nothing more frustrating than buying something like this and then you can't refill it and you have to throw the whole thing away. And I think that's what I did with the Dollar Tree tape I mentioned earlier. So I think that's what we're gonna go with, and then we're gonna get over to the printers and print the label. Alright guys, we just got out of Staples. My nose is itchy. And as you saw from the last couple of clips, we had a little hard time finding the tape, because it's not with tape and fasteners. That's just like the Scotch tape and stuff. The actual packing tape was somewhere else. So it was near that, but not the same aisle. So We eventually found it. I don't know if it comes with refills though, because I looked at all the options for refill tape and none of them seem to match up with the one that I bought, but there's enough there that it should last me for a really long time. And then if my Etsy blows up, I'll invest in the other one that you can buy refills for. And then I got the labels printed, and I got the package all packaged. I am not going to flip it over because I do not want to expose my aunt's address on the internet. So for now, we are going to hit up a one of those blue mailboxes, because I think I can probably just put it in there. If you want to mail stuff in like the blue mailbox and not go to the post office and have to talk to anybody, you can literally search, I think it's just like USPS mailbox, like on your Apple Maps. I haven't tried this with like any other maps, but with Apple Maps, you can search it on there and it'll actually tell you where the different mailboxes are and you can navigate to them. So there you go, pro tip. But anyway, that's what we're doing now, and then if it doesn't fit, I guess we'll go to the PO. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do now, and then we're going to head home. Alright guys, so update. I have put the I'm trying to think what I had to say in the last clip, but I think the last clip of me talking was when I told you I was gonna go find the mailbox to drop off my stuff, and there was one down the street by the Walmart. So I put it in there. I'm a little worried though because I almost couldn't get it to fit. So I had to it was the cinnamon stick that was too high and it was the problem. So I'm hoping, because I put it on there like this, obviously, and I'm hoping it didn't go to a slant like this. Just from being shoved in there, but we shall see. It's just for my aunt, and if she's not happy with it, I'll make her a new one. But yeah, now I am home and I'm gonna start on my bracelets. I have had lunch, and just chilled for a little bit. And yes, I'm sunburnt, and yes, it's November, in case you've been noticing that. Look at that. And then I got more over there, but it's not as bad on this side as it is on this side. So basically it was really hot at the craft fair on Saturday. It's like 80 degrees, but it didn't feel super hot, but I did get sunburned, so that's what that's from. But anyway, I've got a little bit until I leave to go drop off the payment. It's 2:12 now and I have to leave at 3. And then later on, my apartment complex is doing a happy hour thing. They're having hors d'oeuvres and I think they said cocktails, but also non-alcoholic. So you guys know me hopefully well enough by now to know that I'm just hoping for a Coke when I go over there. So that starts at like 4:30, I think. So almost right when I get back from dropping off the payment is when I'll be able to go to this. So for right now, I'm just gonna work on these bracelets. So I'm just gonna set up the camera right here so you won't really see my face, but you'll kind of see my work surface. So I don't think I said for sure what I was making, but now that you see what's in front of me, you kind of get an idea. So my client ordered 2 bracelets with jingle bells on them. So I will be making the chain with these. Try to show them to you. They are little, let me see if I can like hold one up with the pliers. These little rings. Yeah. So I make them with that. And I will probably have to dip into this new packet that I got. I'm running a little low. But I'm not going to until I actually run out of these. So I'm gonna make the chain first, and then I'm gonna put the jingle bells on it, and the jingle bells will get attached with tinier versions of the rings. I've got one here. I don't know if I'll use it because that's kind of funny. But these like little tiny ones I use to attach the jingle bells. And yeah, so he wants the bracelet to be 8 inches. That was what the example was in the picture online that I had on my Etsy. And I asked him how long, and he's content to adjust it if it's too big, which I'd rather have it fit snug and not waste any materials, but that's what he wants, so that's what we're doing. And then I'm going to double link these because that will look nicer, so I just kind of put it on there. And then I'm gonna, just cause that's like the starter loop, I'm not really, I don't think I'm gonna double loop that one. But I will double loop the next one. So I'm just gonna do like a little of it and then just to show you like what that looks like. And then I'm not gonna show you like the whole thing, just because it's kind of monotonous and boring. But I will do a few of them just to show you kind of what I'm doing. So I just open the ring like that. And then I just hook it. And then I close it. And I'm gonna do like 2 more, I guess, stitches, if you will. Just so that it's a little bit longer so that you guys can kind of see what I'm actually doing and what this is going to look like. And then once I'm done with the chain, I will show you kind of how I clip the bells on it. It's pretty easy to do all of this, it's just a little bit time consuming. And I did already print the label, which means he has a notification that it's shipped. So I already told him that it was going to be shipping tomorrow. So that means I gotta finish these like today. So here's kind of what it looks like. Little chain. And I'm just gonna keep going until it's 8 inches, and I have a ruler app on my phone that will help me determine that. So I'm going to go for now, and I will check back in once this has been, once the chain's complete. I will check back in. All right guys, I'm in the car and I'm getting ready to go to drop off my payment for the bazaar. So I hope I know where I'm going, because basically this is a gated community and I'm supposed to go to like what they call the landowner office. However, there's like 2 of these communities like across from each other. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to give away too much details of like where I live and stuff or what's nearby. But basically there's a north one that's called like the name of the development, and then north, and then there's a west one. And when I searched for the address of like the landowner office, I was only getting for the west community, and that's not where it is, because the lady that told me where to come for the like bazaar and stuff, she was saying it was in the north area, and the Facebook page I needed to join to get updates about it was called North and South Families. So I'm pretty sure I need to go to the one in the north, but the weird thing is like there's no actual address for it. It's by, there's like a lake in there, and it's by one of the, like it's by that, and there's like a pool and stuff. So I know generally where it is. It's just weird that it doesn't come up on the map. So I'm just gonna go there and we'll hope that's the right thing. Also, my mom lives in this development, and when I come, she's supposed to like call me in and stuff, but she's teaching and I didn't think about that because I'm not really going there to see her. So I'm also hoping they'll let me in, but yeah, I will keep you guys updated with what happens. I'm sure if I show up in the wrong spot, they can probably be like, oh no, you need to go over here, you know, but it should be fine. So anyway, that's the tea. I'll keep you updated. Hi guys, so update. I just got back. It is now 5:44. So last thing I said, he's making dinner over there. That's what the noise is. So I did go to the place that I initially thought was the correct place. Can you be any noisier with that? Anyway, so I went to the building that I thought initially was the landowner office, and it was. It just doesn't show up on the map like, you know, you can click on its selfie cam. Is that dumb? You just wait. I thought you were pointing it over here. I'm pointing it at myself. Why would I be pointing it over there while I talk? Why would I gonna point it at our kitchen cabinets while I talk? Because you'd like to wave, now's your chance. No. Okay, anyway, so the office that I thought was the right one was the right one. But you know how like on Apple Maps, you can like click on something and then it will like pull up like the address for what it is. This one like doesn't have an address. It just shows as a building on the map. So that's why I was slightly concerned. But I showed up and it ended up being the right place, and I brought my money, and the booth fee ended up being a couple dollars less than I expected. Tried to get the lady to keep the change, but she refused. So yeah, there ended up being this vendor meeting thing that she told me she was gonna have via email. She said there'd be a meeting, but she never updated me with when it was. She just said, I'll be in the office today at 3:30. So I thought I'd hand her the money and leave, but it turned out there was this whole vendor meeting thing. So I ended up sitting there for like an hour, and I wondered initially, why couldn't I just like pay her Venmo or something? But she's an older lady, so I'm not sure she really knew how to work technology as well. So that's fine. But I didn't expect to sit there for an hour. We were all talking about stuff, but it wasn't even other vendors who were there. It was other ladies who were in charge and gonna like run the bake sale table and stuff. So I just felt like I didn't really need to stay, but I didn't want to be rude and leave. So eventually they left. They were gonna leave the room to go check out the kitchen because they were having some disagreements on where to put crock pots for the chili cook-off that they're having. And at that time I was like, hey, I'm gonna need to head out. Is that okay? So I left. And then the hors d'oeuvre thing, I was like, oh gosh, we're gonna miss the hors d'oeuvre thing. It started at 4:30, but we got there just in time to get these apple fall drink, and it was like apple cider, pumpkin caramel, and then pumpkin something, garnished with apple slices. And this is like amazing. It's non-alcoholic. It tastes like glorified apple cider. So good. Yeah, I need to make these. But anyway, that's the tea. They also gave us these little snack things with like the cheese and the nuts. Oops, I dropped one. I don't really eat like nuts and stuff. 5-second rule. But I'll eat the cheese. So we got those, and now I'm home. And we're gonna like have some dinner, and I'm gonna work on my jewelry. So I'll probably do like a final update of the bracelets with the how I'm attaching the jingle bells, but I'm not gonna show you the whole thing just because I'm gonna be up late finishing them, and I also have to edit this video for it to go live tomorrow. So that's probably it for now on updates. I'll get back to you later when I'm working on the jewelry. Alright guys, so I'm working on the bracelet. So I've finished. This is the actual chain. It's about 8 inches. And then I've kind of just laid out the jingle bells just to make sure I have the spacing correct. And then I'm gonna start attaching them with these. So yeah, I will show you what it looks like while I attach them. And I'm probably not gonna attach all of them on camera because it's getting late and I need to wrap up this video, but I just want to give you guys a basic idea of how I do this. All right guys, so here we are at the optimum camera angle for you to see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna get out some of these little rings. They're pretty tiny. And now I'm just gonna grab the bracelet, and then these are the bells I'm gonna be using for the next bracelet. So I'll kind of be putting them off to the side. So I'm gonna be starting. This is kind of just like a little spacer ring. It's not gonna have anything on it. And then I'm gonna start with this one, and then I'm gonna leave every other ring open so that it's not crowded. Plus, it just, I mean, honestly, I'll save materials if I don't put one on every ring. I think it'll look too crowded if I do. Plus, I'll save materials. Okay. Okay. So these rings I got, I think might be, I don't know. They seem like a harder metal. They're harder to open than the ones I had before, unless I'm just crazy. I'm trying to see. I don't know. They feel like they're tougher to open, but it's okay. Because there are some of the rings that are like, I guess a bigger metal, like bigger round or something, and they're harder to open. And I got those once on accident, and I do not like to work with them, so I took them back. But I don't use these little tiny ones for like absolutely everything the way that I do the larger ones like I made this chain with. So that's gonna be fine to work with. So here, I'm just going to, I have the bell on the ring already, and then I'm just gonna hook the ring. I'm trying to like do this low enough that you can see. So I just hooked it on there. A little tough sometimes when you double ring it, because it can be tough to get it through both. I also feel like suddenly everything doesn't want to cooperate when you're trying to show somebody on camera. Anybody else? It's because of these like these pliers. Okay. I dropped it. Okay, so I dropped the ring and I have no idea where it is, so I'll probably find it some other day. Or I'll end up vacuuming it. These are pretty tiny to work with. But the other ones are just a little too clunky for like the danglies. So I don't use them for that. I just use the tiny ones. All right. There we go. So it's on there. It's hard to tell because it won't like focus, but now I gotta close it. And there we go. I'm gonna make sure it's like hanging down the way it's supposed to. There we go. So I'll just do like a couple more to show you. So next is gold. The other thing that's tough about these is sometimes when you're like opening them, because they're so small, the edge will like scrape on your fingernail. You can't really see that, but like right there, it's kind of whitish. Because I just scraped a bunch of my thumbnail. Not that it hurts or anything, I just don't really want to mess up my nails. So now I'm gonna skip a ring, like I said, so it's not crowded. Putting it on. There we go. There's two. And now I'm gonna put on a green one. So like the gold ones are slightly smaller than the red and green, so I feel like those are like a good like spacers, I guess. And then, so again, we're going to skip a ring. And oh, almost dropped it. Okay. And of course, obviously, you want to make sure that you close the rings tight enough, otherwise the jingle bells can fall off. But there you go. So that is pretty much it. So hopefully you get a good idea of what this will look like. And yeah, so I'm gonna make, try to get all the bells on there. And yeah, so that is it for this video. Hopefully you guys aren't disappointed that I'm not showing you the final product. Maybe I will take a picture of it and like insert it into the next video. I just need to wrap up the video. I'm gonna need to get to editing. And there's already a lot of footage. So I'm just gonna call it quits for now. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Stay subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and ring the bell so you get notified whenever I post. And I don't know, comment down below if you are a handy person and like to make stuff, and what kind of stuff you enjoy making. Yeah, so that is it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.